And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about the governor's prison realignment program and growing efforts in the legislature to make some changes. My guest this segment is Chris Holden, a member of the State Assembly from Pasadena. Thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
So it does seem like there have been some unintended consequences from this whole realignment program. The Republicans have been on it from the beginning, but now a number of Democrats are joining in. And so there seem to be some problems that need fixing. And even the governor seems to acknowledge this now.
I think that's right. I think what's happening is that when the AB 109 was passed, and then we saw the impact that it was going to have on local government and more parolees finding their way out onto the street, it became a real concern of local law enforcement. And we've heard incidents where there's been an increase in burglaries and auto theft, and they're made a connection back to some of these individuals who've been released early from prison. And I think that's been part of the challenge. We have a bill that's looking at addressing a small segment of that population. We know that it'll be challenging to sort of take realignment and reinvent it at this point, but I think it is possible to look at the segment of mentally disordered offenders, which I think is a high priority.
I know even the Republicans who didn't like realignment in the beginning have said, well, it's the law, and what they can do is try to improve it. Right. Your bill would do what regarding mentally disordered offenders?
Well, it would really target a smaller group, which, as you just described, mentally disordered offenders are individuals who have been decertified from the state in terms of being released down to county prison. And even though these are individuals who have had a history of serious offenses, some murder, sexual offenses, that they have somehow been decertified. And in many counties throughout the state, these individuals are finding their way back on the street under parole supervision, but the parole officers aren't really properly trained, nor is the county properly trained to provide the medical or mental support, health support that these individuals require. So they are very higher maintenance. They are individuals who still are prone to violence. They find it very difficult to make their way through the transportation system to get to their appointments and to maintain the right kind of treatment. The bill is suggesting that they be remanded back to the state so that they would have access to all the proper treatment.
And that's interesting because there are a number of bills moving through the legislature that would take certain offenders and put them back into the state prison system instead of having them go down into the county jails. But that exacerbates the problem originally, where we have state prisons that were built to house 80,000. At one point, we're housing 144,000, and the courts have said, the U.S. Supreme Court says, you got to thin the ranks.
Exactly. But in this particular instance, MDOs have unique needs that they need to be cared for in a more specialized way, and the county does not have the resources to be able to address that. And when they are even forced to deal with these individuals, the state has been very lax in getting the records down to the county so that they at least know who they're dealing with. The notice of release happens on very short notice, so there's not a way to sort of prepare to absorb the unique situations here. So,
all right. Well, it's a fascinating, very interesting subject. Best of luck moving forward with your legislation. Thanks for coming by.
My pleasure. And
thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on My Government On Demand, also on YouTube. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.